What's going on YouTube? Kronos here and welcome back to another PSO2 video. So today's video we're going to be going over units, much like our weapons video and weapon progression videos back in base PSO2. We did stuff for units as well. I'm going to warn, this is going to be way shorter than the other ones because there's not a whole lot to cover here. But regardless, I'm going to cover it for you guys, let you know what my opinions are. Before jump into that though, guys, my name is Krono. I do content over here on YouTube daily. If you're new to the channel, would much appreciate a subscribe as we claw our way up to that 10K mark. As the time recording this video, we are just at about 6K. So I do appreciate all of the new faces that have been around. You guys are all awesome. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. So there aren't a ton of choices when it comes to units in NGS. They only have a few 4-star options that are available. And I figured we might as well go ahead and talk about them. So I didn't show this off. If you guys are just here from NGS itself, you weren't a part of like my PSO2 videos, I usually show off the website itself quite a bit. This is just the wiki page and how I actually get to all the information. The point of this, while I could cut out portions of this and just put it into a video, the point of this is to show you guys where to find this information. That way you don't have to wait around for me to make this video. You guys can go check out yourself, make your decisions, and then you just use the video as confirmation of if you were right or wrong. As time goes on, you're eventually going to find that you'll just get good at looking into these things yourself. So but as far as NGS information goes, I haven't been going up to these. I believe these still lead back to base PSO2 stuff. Let's see if it does. No, actually, this has been updated. Okay, this is really cool. This has actually been updated. So it wasn't updated beforehand, but you can just scroll down here and get to the content this way as well. So if you guys are looking for anything in particular, it's all right here. So, kudos to the guys working on the Visiphone website. I know you guys also probably want to just play the video game, so I appreciate you guys putting the time in to work on this sort of stuff. But as far as armors go, units go, if we just want to find out, scroll down, click on units, bam. This is all of them. There's not a lot available right now. So this, like I said, this is going to be a pretty quick video talking about what I think is going to be useful for you. So to start things off, much like my my weapons video, is there any merit to using 3-star units with a good fixa? To be honest, there's more of a merit to use them than there was for the weapons, because you really only care about the offensive stats you can gain from units right now. The defensive stats aren't terrible, but they aren't absolutely necessary. Now, while your battle power is going to suffer by using lower star units, you are also going to suffer by not having enough affixing slots because of the base affixing slot, or I'm sorry, because your affixing slot going up slotting based on the number of times you can upgrade a weapon itself or a unit. You do gain the ability to also have those fixes. So unit fixes usually are going to be either, I think, cost reduction, PP cost reduction, or passive PP generation. Now, those aren't necessarily amazing. They don't really directly affect your damage. They indirectly affect your damage by providing you more photon points to utilize for more skills, or cost less skills. So you can do longer combinations. It does affect your damage overall, and it's worth mentioning and worth taking a look at. So I would highly recommend, if you are going to use a fixa, make sure it's at least on a 3-star unit if it's going to go for anything. There's a lot of 4-star units with decent fixes, and they're not really that game breaking, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But as far as weapons go, or as far as units go, 4 stars, we have a couple choices. So we've got the quality armors. So the quality armors actually have 4 different versions. I didn't even recognize that this was the case. I never noticed this armor actually existed. I never paid attention to it. But we've got the quality armor, the base, and we have 3 other choices. We're going to talk about these last because this is actually where you're going to want to be for the most part. Spoiler alert. But the quality armor that gives 6 PP, not a bad choice, pretty solid. Keep in mind, 4-star units, if you upgrade them to +20, will give you 3 affixing slots. You have to get them, I believe, to 40 to get that 4th affixing slot. Either 30 or 40, I'm not sure 100%. But the defense difference isn't amazingly different. So I would be careful about upgrading them before you're ready. At least getting them to +20, all of your units to +20, and then getting them affixed is a pretty good starting point, and then upgrading them past that. Anyway, 6 PP, not a bad choice, pretty solid. We're not really concerned about defensive stats here right now, just because, we're so early on in the game that anything that you can get defensive wise isn't going to save you another hit in most cases. Either you're going to be 2-shot, you're going to be 3-shot, you're going to be 1-shot. It's not going to change very much because of your armor overall. Catalytic armor is a pretty solid choice if you're looking for HP and PP, but realistically, you're not caring too much about HP. It's just the PP that you actually want. So again, probably going to skip over this unless this has a really, really good fix on it. Not really pay much attention to it. The Alto armor, funny enough, is HP and damage resistance. Now, I assume this would end up being something along the lines of PP or having more PP on it, since all of its weapons have active and passive PP generation, but they don't. And it's also worth noting that these stats, these properties, do not increase for leveling up. Leveling up the gear does not increase these stats. Now, I thought it might, which would make some of these armors really, really good, but it doesn't change at all. So not really worth bothering with. Or so not really worth picking based on the possibility of these getting higher. So the 6 doesn't get any higher than 6. It's always going to be 6. But yeah, the Vialta armor, a little disappointing. I was surprised because its weapons are all PP generation, like passive and active. So the fact this is HP and damage resistance, not really that great. Unless that's what you're going for. If you really want to go tanky and you feel like that's what you need to do, then I would say Vialta is probably your best choice. Kettle is like your middle ground, and then like Balde is probably your worst choice in that situation itself. And then down to these armors here, the Qualde armors that we have, the Arga, the Belta, and the Sheza. These armors are going to depend on the class you're looking to play, or the classes you're looking to play. Now, a bunch of us made videos on where you can find these armors themselves. I'll link them in the video description to the one that I made. I know Anamana's also made one. I believe Mark also made one as well, KOEG, if you guys don't know him. And a bunch of other people have made videos about this. So basically, you can find each of these armors on one account. There's a red container in different sections of ILEO in Central, West, and North that have these armors respectively. The way they work is they each give 4 PP, which is dope. They have some of the best base defensive stats, of course, minus Vialta. But what they provide you is 4 PP across the board, and then 1% in 2 of the damage spots. So in the case of Arga, you've got it in striking and range. In the case of Belta, you have it in ranged and tech. In the case of Sheza, you have it in striking and tech. So which of these should you pick? To be honest, it just depends on what you decide to play overall. You may not augment for every stat. You may just augment for one stat primarily and then just not be terrible with the others. As long as it has the stat you're looking for primarily, then you should be perfectly fine. I personally am probably going to go for Sheza. I think I have Argas at the moment, but I'm probably going to go Sheza since I plan to be playing Bouncer. I plan to be playing Bouncer in the future. It's worth noting that in the past, in base PSO2, Bouncer was striking tech, and Braver was striking range. So if that does matter to you, I would say keep an eye out for the weapon type or the unit types. But to be honest, those unit types may not be as useful when these classes actually come out. There could be other options available. So keep your eyes open, keep an eye on the wiki itself, and see what you want to go with. So as far as best armors to go with overall, it's going to be the Qualde armors, to be honest. I mean, I feel like that's pretty straightforward. There's nothing else that really comes close to them. You want some PP and you want damage. That's basically all you're wanting at this point in time. The other classes, they bring enough. You'll be survivable enough that I have to worry about anything else. But anyway, guys, that covers this video itself. Like I said, this one's going to be much shorter. There's a lot less units to go over, and it's pretty straightforward. But as always, guys, a like on the video is much appreciated. It absolves you half your ad block. The other half is absolved by subscribing. Both are completely free, and they do help me out a ton. If you guys want to keep up with content like this, make sure to click on the bell icon to be notified of videos as they go live, as well as community posts. And join us over on Discord or follow me over on Twitter for notifications via those 2 areas. If we missed anything, make sure to comment it below, or if I got anything wrong, feel free to let me know, and we'll go back and take a look at it. Don't forget to comment if you're part of the end gang, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace out.